The discussion is about the vote and electoral. The discussion is about the vote.
एक मिनट
सर मुझे बोलने दीजिए।
एक मिनट बैठिए। माननीय सदस्य मैं बैठे बैठे अनऑफिशियली बोल रहे हैं, उस विषय बोल रहे हैं। सदन की गरिमा को बनाए रखें, आसन को चुनौती देने का प्रयास मत करिए, ये ठीक नहीं है।
Speaker sir, I want to make it very clear. Please. Speaker sir, I want to make it very clear. The discussion is about votes. The discussion is about the stealing of votes. The discussion is about the SIR, and I am framing my discussion about votes.
Yes.
And what is happening here is patently unfair. I am not being allowed to speak. I am being disturbed, and I put my protest here. I have done absolutely nothing wrong. I am talking about the subject. In order to capture the vote, you have to capture institutions. I am saying that institutions of India are captured, and I will come to the point, which is Election Commission is captured. So, the project of the RSS was to capture the institutional framework of the country, and I said how the education system has been captured. Vice Chancellor after Vice Chancellor after Vice Chancellor is placed not on merit, not on capability, not on scientific temper, but on the fact that he belongs to a particular organization. Second capture, which helps in destroying democracy, the capture of the intelligence agencies. We have the Home Minister sitting here, the capture of the CBI, of the ED, of the Income Tax Department. And the systematic placement of bureaucrats who favor their ideology and attack the opposition and anybody who chooses to oppose the RSS. That is the second institutional capture. And the third there are many more. I can go on. And the third institutional capture.
What is this?
मानिए प्लीज मानिए।
And the third capture of the institution that directly controls the election system of our country, the Election Commission. Now, I'm not saying this without proof. I have put forth adequate proof about how the Election Commission is colluding with those in power to shape the elections. But I want to ask three questions first, which will make it very clear that the BJP is directing and using the Election Commission to damage India's democracy. The first question, why is it that the CJI was removed from the selection panel of the Election Commissioner? What motivation could there be to remove the CJI? Do we not believe in the CJI? Of course we believe in the CJI. Why is he not in that room? I sit in that room. It is so-called a democratic decision. On one side, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mr. Amit Shah. On the other side, the leader of the opposition. I have no voice in that room. What they decide is what happens. So the first question, why is the Prime Minister and Amit Shah so keen on choosing exactly who the Election Commissioner is going to be? Second question, and even more devastating question, no Prime Minister has done this in the history of India. In December 2023, this government changed the law. They changed the law to make sure that no election commissioner could be punished for any action they take while they are election commissioner.
Yes. Immunity.
Why would the Prime Minister and Home Minister give this gift of immunity to the election commissioner? Why would they need to give this tremendous gift that no Prime Minister has given ever before to the election commissioner?
Yes.
Mr. Shah is looking into the ceiling. Maybe he will answer this question when he speaks. And finally, why was the law with regards to CCTVs and the data that they contain changed? Why was a law put in place that allows the Election Commission to destroy CCTV footage 45 days after the election? What is the need? The answer given is it is a question of data. It is not a question of data. It is a question of stealing the election. Now, what is the result of this institutional capture? What is the result of controlling the Chief Election Commissioner and the Election Commission? First of all, we have a set of election campaigns that are tailored for the Prime Minister. 3-month, 4-month, 5-month long campaigns are taking place so that the Prime Minister's schedule can be fitted in to the program. Second, we have a Brazilian woman who appears 22 times on the voter list of Haryana.
Please. No.
22 times this lady appears.
एक मिनट प्लीज एक मिनट. आप नेता प्रतिपक्ष है, मैं इस तरीके से सदन की कार्रवाई नहीं चलने दूंगा. ये सदन है, सदन की गरिमा को बनाए रखें. आप सदन की गरिमा से बोलेंगे तो ठीक नहीं, जैसे सदन नहीं चलेगा. नो, गलत तरीका है आपका, नहीं होगा. आप ले रहिए, आप ले रहिए. नहीं, माननीय प्रतिपक्ष के नेता, आप पहले अपने सदस्यों को समझाइए. नहीं चलेगा, नहीं, ठीक नहीं है. नो, नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं चलेगा. अगर आप
सर
माननीय प्रतिपक्ष के नेता, आप अपने सदस्यों को गरिमा समझाइए.
सर, बट
ये तरीका आप इतने सालों तक यहाँ पर रहे, ये तरीका उचित है क्या?
सर,
विरोध का तरीका होता है, लेकिन ये उचित तरीका नहीं है.
तरीका इधर भी हो.
नो,
उधर का तरीका क्या है सर?
नो, सबका तरीका उधर से होगा, उधर से भी बोलेंगे, इधर से बोलेंगे, सब जगह से बोलेंगे.
Speaker sir, I don't agree with the showing of photographs here, but it is a reflection of our democratic structure. This is what is happening in our democracy, that you're not allowing us to show. This Brazilian woman has appeared 22 times on the voter list in Haryana. And not only that, there is one woman whose name has appeared 200 times, more than 200 times in one booth in Haryana. And it is very clear, and I have proven without doubt, that the election of Haryana was stolen. And the theft was ensured by the Election Commission of India. I've said it again and again and again. Now, nowhere has the Election Commission answered my questions. The Election Commission has not told me why this lady's picture has appeared on the polling list. They have not told me why lakhs and lakhs of duplicate voters are existing. They have not told me why a BJP leader is coming from Uttar Pradesh to vote in Haryana. These are straightforward questions. And there is clear proof which I have put in front of the country. Right? But the Election Commission has no answer to these questions. And that is the result of the complete capture of the Election Commission by the people across the aisle. By the way, you're talking about SIR in Bihar. Let me say something about SIR in Bihar. Why is it that after the SIR in Bihar, 1.2 lakh duplicate photos are existing in Bihar, in the voting list? If you've cleaned up the voting list, why are there 1.2 lakh duplicates in Bihar? And we've not just proven this about Haryana. We have proven this in Karnataka, we have proven this in Maharashtra, and I'm absolutely certain this is how you're winning elections in Madhya Pradesh, in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, across the country. Now, so what I'm putting on the table is, it is very clear that you've captured the institution. I've shown the mechanism of that capture. I'm also showing you how the Election Commission is doing things that are completely out of line. I'm not getting any answers. Right? So now let us come to how, when we're talking about electoral reform. Electoral reform is very simple. The point is, nobody wants to do it. The government doesn't want to do it. What does electoral reform require? What we've been saying. Number one, give machine-readable voter lists to all political parties 1 month before the election. That's the first step. The second step is take back the law that allows the destruction of CCTV footage. Very simple, not difficult. While you're doing that, also tell us what is the architecture of the EVM. Give us access to the EVM. Yes. Let our experts go and see what is inside the EVM. Yes. Till today, we have not had access to the EVM. We are not shown the architecture of the EVM. We're not physically allowed to go and see an EVM. Give us the architecture. Give us access to the EVM. And finally, please change the law that allows the election commissioner to get away with whatever he wants to do. That's all the electoral reforms you need. And I want to assure the election commissioner that they might be under the impression that this law lets them get away with it. Let me remind them, don't worry, we are going to change the law, and we are going to change it retroactively, and we are going to come and find you. Right? So this is the situation that the country is faced with. You know, everybody says to us, India is the biggest democracy. Actually, I was thinking today, we're not just the biggest democracy, we're the greatest democracy. And I'm not saying it just like that. I'm saying it, America calls itself the oldest democracy. But the democracy that weaves together the largest number of people, the largest diversity of people, the largest number of languages, the largest number of states is this country. And so our most powerful asset, the thing that stitches together the entire concept of modern India, stitches together the fabric of modern India, brings people together, allows them to build this great nation, is being attacked by these people. They're destroying it. You know they're destroying it. I know they're destroying it, and they know they're destroying it. And I'd like to conclude by saying that the biggest anti-national act you can do is vote chori. There is no bigger anti-national act that you can do than vote chori. Because when you destroy the vote, you destroy the fabric of this country. You destroy modern India, you destroy the idea of India. So I'd like to conclude by saying vote chori is an anti-national act, and those across the aisle are doing an anti-national act. Thank you.